So dumb. Fine.
Hello.
Let's see. We watch with something. Start with something maybe not political. Something chill.
Do it.
While we wait for people. Come
And then we
on
can
in.
present together.
Mm-hmm.
Together.
Let's see. Alright, let's watch Dank Pod's video. These are always fun.
Oh no, phone with camera. Very dangerous, I'm learning. People don't wipe their phones, especially when it's a nugget dip. I was meant to do this last month because I promised monthly, but then I got like the heckin' flu and it knocked me out. But it's alright, we're doing it now. Premise is simple. I've got buckets of just electronic devices. I reach in, grab it out.
I'm thinking pretty soon I'm gonna start doing like a YouTube channel of just like similar looking at tech stuff, but like cheapo tech from like Temu and AliExpress. I think that'd be so much fun. These videos are so much fun. They make me laugh.
Does it have music on it? Does it have questionable videos on it? And mate, does it even turn on? I haven't even seen one of these before. I mean, it's a Nokia. Is it meant to be that color? I sure hope so. This is the reason why I'm wearing gloves. 3.2 megapixel. Whew, what a monster. Is this touchscreen? What kind of layout is this? Oh, that's that's actually kind of awesome. Oh, hang on. I can't stand keyboards that are like staggered, you know, like a modern keyboard. You know what? I kind of hate it. Ooh, is that infrared? Hope not. Camera button. I think that's a tiny headphone jack. Nokia liked doing that. No one liked those tiny plugs. Ooh, USB. Oh, how does that come out? Aha! Oh, I got it. Micro USB. Wow, this is a later one. I'm in that nug. Watch out. Well, close your eyes, because it's a camera phone. It's gonna have
What up,
holes on
Barcode?
it. You know?
Are we here?
Yeah, hey.
Ooh, does that have a back?
Oh yeah. Dude, I had a
Have the
fucking
change.
argument with
Yeah.
this chick, bro. It was so funny.
What happened?
Okay, so you own a company, bro, okay?
Mm.
So you understand the difference between an IT and a business analyst, right?
Sure.
There's like a big gap between both of them.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying that I work in IT, and I'm like, okay, how do you fucking set up Windows? And then like she was like, you have to go to BIOS, and then you have to like put it manually. I'm like, I started like laughing my ass off because you just like, I don't know, basic questions. So then basically, you know, she was saying that business analyst is basically the same as an IT, which is not.
Right.
And that's just pretty much it. We had a big argument. I try to correct her.
Oh, well.
Mm.
There you go.
And it was also funny. We had also a beef about like security clearance. So let's just say, you as Jordan, you work in Lockheed Martin, or you work, you know, for an IT company that works for the government, right?
Uh-huh.
And that company gives you security clearance for confidential information, and then she was like, confidential information is the same as top secret. When I was like, no, what the fuck are you on
There's
about?
different levels of security clearance.
Yeah, and once you get promoted in your job, you get actually access to more roles.
Well, you, yes, but you have to get like cleared if you're going for a higher clearance. They have to vet you again each time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, watching some fun stuff on the channel before we dive into the politics. You should jump on stream and watch.
I don't think I'll be with you guys. I'm kind of still pissed off about the thing. Just, you know, it's decreasing.
Okay, well, it's a
Imagine
funny
you
thing.
just get fucking. I'm just saying. Imagine you just get accused of harassing someone. That's just weird.
Well, that is frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, I'm
You
gonna
motherfuckers are weird.
I'm gonna press play. I highly suggest you tune in and watch. It's a funny channel. I love this channel. I think you'll enjoy it.
I will do that in a bit. Where I'm just gonna like,
yeah.
let me
Take
go
a
to
f-
Jordan
yeah,
World.
Take a few deep breaths.
I have to support you.
Thanks, Barcode.
Jordan World.
All right, I'm gonna press play.
1 second. Don't do it yet. Do it now.
Okay.
Oh, that'd do it. Oh no. Oh crap. Good, I found. It's a Nokia. And oh, it's the right size, but the things aren't in the right spot. This one, huh? What about this one? Oh, okay. Alright. I don't know why it doesn't take up more than, but if it works, I don't give a dingus.
Oh,
slipping around. Oh, there's a tab.
I can hear the stream through your mic, Mo. Good buddy. Thank
preventing
you.
you from doing it. They're all just the same crap, Nokia. I mean, I'm yelling at a company that basically phased out of existence. Maybe. Come on, one of these. One of these. No, that freaking term! So people forget that you could change your batteries, but to what?
Thanks, buddy.
Different- Can't tell. Okay. Oh! That's looking good. It only took millions of batteries. Okay, it doesn't want to stay, but okay. This is very, very fiddly. Ooh, is that mode? I keep forgetting people use these on the toilet. my Pixel. Long-time watchers know that is a normal start to a nug dip. Very normal. Well, I got good feelings about my Polito. It's $2.50, which it wasn't. I think it was just thrown in with a bunch of other crap that I got. Computerized channel selection? FM radio. Polito, just because you've put quality product on it doesn't make it so...
Generally, it also depends on the construction of the phone. If it's a waterproof phone, then probably not. You should at least make it easy, somewhat easy, for a third party to open and replace them.
Oh, consumer-worthy products recommended by China Consumer Protection Fund. Wow, this is some high-end stuff. My Polito. It looks like a Dr. Beat, or like some sort of musical metronome. Okay, takes two. Alright, we're gonna keep it in. Oh, look at the rust.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the Polito, come on. We're gonna keep it fancy with a Pixel, and then we're gonna go really hard with a Yajing Wang. Oh, it's almost coming to life.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
If you hold
yeah.
it down, it does.
You get a couple
Power
years, usually.
Auxiliary mode.
You're gonna love what you're gonna hear. Ooh, static. Ooh. Oh! That was it! All I could do was press scan. Oh no! Oh! I had a Toyota ad. Where's
So what
my
he does
Toyota
is he just
scan?
goes to
It's
this
really good.
shop, and they just have like bags full of old fucking devices that nobody's ever gonna buy or use. And he just gets a whole bag of them, brings it in one by one, takes them out of the bag, and like sees if they work. And it's just really funny. It's a lot of fun.
It's really good. I just noticed my Yajing Wang's only got 2 more months until it expires. Low noise, lies. High sensitivity, I am. Multi-choices, what? You just press scan and hope. Auto tracing technologies adopted. What? Not here, somewhere else. But more importantly, can you peel it like an orange? No! Oh, wow, that's sturdy. No, you can't. Well done, Polito. It's no good, but you can't pull it apart immediately, which is a useless feature because it fits in the bin as is. Oh, there's filth coming out of my Polito. Yeah! A traditional nug, a SanDisk one. I think
remember
you can
those?
Still buy these. These have never gone away. Pepperoni, card. Oh, is this card in only? I hope it's got some manual storage. Yeah, micro. A nut nug. Ooh, I'm a nut nug. Guys, settle down.
So, by the way, the joke there, which I learned because I did not know this ahead of time, is that sandpaper, the quality of sandpaper, and like how rough it is measured or is like written in grit. So like there's different grits of sandpaper, right? Sandpaper grit. So like lower numbers 40 to 60 are for heavy material removal, coarse, while high numbers 600 for polishing, fine, right? Higher grit is finer. So the joke here is the rock he pulls out is called 1 grit. And he smashes things with it.
Alright, the nugget dip's starting to go a bit crap, which is actually kind of normal. Let's go
Yeah.
back to our roots then. An iPod, yeah, 20 gigs, 4th gen, one of me faves. I got mine from Cashies. I don't know where this one came from. This is part of my ancient hoard. I got Firewire here, which can wake up pods even without a bat. Almanac nug. Good. Come on, I want to see some funny music. Come on, don't be a bad drive. Oh, I heard it drive bad noises. Don't you dare. Don't you, I'm gonna be so mad. No!
Oh.
A piece of crap. That means the drive's bad. Oh, I just noticed the massive whammy it's taking. Hard drives love that. Oh, good. Oh, the filth. Yuck. Again, people use these on the toilet. Oh, someone's been in here. Someone's messed with this. That is not...
Yeah, that's true.
No. I'm gonna leave the battery because I don't give a stink. I just want to find funny music.
He's got lots of
Luckily,
backup
I have a
drives.
Borkus assortment of random drives. The dunk continues. We'll find something. Oh no, that one says sad on it already. Oh no. Oh no, all these crap.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not
It's
saying
kind of
anything.
wild what people do with these.
Don't you dare. Alright, this is a drive that I know works. I know it works for the 4th gen. Alright, there's a bad motherboard or something. Ooh, and it does work. Wait, see, this is just something I've put on there. It's got Jamiroquai on it. Proves it works. Crap, means all these drives are bonk. What about this ultra rare one? This is a 3rd
Ooh.
gen. It's got weird touch buttons.
I had
and
one of
bits,
those.
And that screen is
I had one of
tight.
those ones.
And it's 10 gigs. Such a freaky size. It's such an
I don't
old one.
think so.
All
I think they
right,
stopped
Firewire can't wake
entirely.
these up. Yeah, we can barely make that out. You know, when these are working, these have some of the best screen. Actually, no, it's the best monochrome screen on these old pods. Is a 3rd gen. I can hear
I
the drive.
remember having one of these, man.
Yes! Whoa, this is effed. Hang on. Oh, it's locked. Please unlock. Yes. Settings. Can you even see it? Oh man. Does the backlight make it better? Or is that worse? Oh, that's kind of better. The screen is still working. All these controls are working. Oh, is that better? Dank After Dark? Kind
Nice.
of. Aerosmith? Bob Marley? Clapton? Slipknot? I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce those. Wow, what a neat pod. Wasn't actually expecting it to work, which is good because these are rare. We gotta do a microphone. A Philips one? I just don't think of Philips when it comes to like vocal mics. Whoa, someone wrapped that way too tight. Cables hate this, by the way. Don't do this. Oh, good, it begins. I really love this cable because it actually is an XLR. It's like, whoa, look, that's a
Ooh, an
professional
actual
mic and everything. Can
XLR.
we unscrew the top? No, they don't want you in there. Like a professional Shure SM58 will let you, change the pop filter, get into the guts of the cap and whatnot. But does your Shure have like hexagonal whatever shapes on it to stop it from rolling around, even though it still kind of does? Didn't think so. But yeah, I love this because it's XLR, and then it ends in this little dinky mono plug, and then it's like, what kind of bootleg crap is this? It's not. It's an actual Philips one, a genuine Philips XLR to micro dingle. We gotta use this. We gotta be pure.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh, that's. Can you hear me? You shouldn't, because it's off. Oh, that is noisy. Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is not good. That
Oh.
is not good.
That's with the off button. Oh gosh. So like this one time, mate, I was trying to think of a concoction to make you more tolerable in tight confined spaces for a really long time. And what I've done is I've purified a mixture of pinto beans and boiled eggs. And like, one serving's worth about 6 boiled eggs and about 8 cans of beans. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, like, just drink that 2 hours before you're meant to be in an enclosed space for a long time, and you're gonna like make heaps of friends. And like, yeah, I'm starting a company with shareholders, and it's starting at $1 million a share. So get in quick. Gosh, nice going. All right, we're back on the proper Shure. Oh, my pixels. Cable mics, I always feel hang out way better than their wireless counterparts. But there's a case of that not being good. And before any of you say, we'll put a proper XLR on it, it's like, no, this is the genuine Philips cable. We do it with the real deal. Oh boy, a Donker speaker. And that's just something wrong about that. I don't know why. It's got USB and line in. Great. Oh, it's got a display and everything.
Ooh.
This is, I guess it is a radio as well. That makes sense. It's got a clear base on it, and is there a screen protector on it still? Does it just work if I do it? Nah, of course not. And that, no. Oh!
Whoa!
Look at the light show. It's got disco lights. Life of the party, big time.
Whoa,
Like,
okay.
the EQ in the background is just like a static image.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
that. But
that's
still,
a party, all right. Now
that's
I know
fun.
what base is cleared. So what do I do with it? Is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's radio. Oh, it's auto searching. Oh. Oh, I don't know. I'm not even mad. Oh, it stopped working. Oh, okay. I don't. Hi. Yes. Hello. Can you? Oh dear. Okay. That battery is tired. I can't control the volume. Yeah. Shh. Okay. Yeah, that battery is cooked. Do I like this one? Am I gonna spare it a gritting? I am. I actually like it for its tiny bonkulous size.
Spare it a
If
gritting.
the battery worked like this in the shed, just banging radio or like talk show crap, not even mad. Oh, it's the gold. No, it's USB in via the headphones.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew. Why?
Ah. Oh. Now this one you could pull apart like an orange. Very nice. Ooh, spicy bag. Oh, see, it's always Samsung. They don't care who they sell stuff to. Nugget crumbs everywhere. Oh, my pook cells.
He didn't even give it a
Dangerous.
chance. He just destroyed
It's a
it.
camera phone. I hope it doesn't work. Does it
USB
have a
via
back?
the
No.
headphones. Ugh.
Great. Get to try the smorgasbord of idiots. No. 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 Gotta rip apart the Cadbury phone looking for a bag. Just give it up, please. Oh no, this is it. It's the same. It's the same. Thank you, Cadbury phone. This is during Nokia's generic days. Everything was the same phone in a different. This one good enough for you? It fits. I'm actually so thankful it didn't turn on. I just want some success. That's all I want. Oi, this is a 60 gigabyte one. And it looks like a photo. It's like the first of the color big screen iPods. Mate, if this works, this will actually be worth something. I mean, they all do that.
Wow.
Oh, that sucks. Hello? Talk to the computer now anytime you like. This is Firewire. You got no excuse. I'm so mad. This is such a bad nugget. There's only one hope left for us. It's this microphone. Why is it so small? Why is it so tiny? There's a proper full mount for it. You can put this on a full-size microphone stand. And you can't change this cable. It doesn't even have a straight leaf. It's just tugging on its back end. Good length on it. I mean, you'd want to get far away from it, I guess. Alright, so I'm unplugging this mic. Oh, crap. How's that?
How is that better than the fucking Philips microphone?
It's way better than the other one. Oh, it does peak easily. Wah! Boy, you gotta love it when the cable that you can't replace is exceedingly noisy and that you're stuck with it. But then, who made this? This is some AliExpress looking mess. I've low-key fallen in love with this microphone just due to its size. It's just such a good proportion. I'll protect this with my life. The same cannot be said about the Philips. Oh, nearly stinking anything this dip. Wouldn't turn on. Wouldn't sink to nothing despite the fact that you couldn't peel it like an orange, so go Polito. Doesn't work. Proprietary something USB stand I didn't feel like dealing with, but you could peel it like an orange. Junk and rubbish. Did work. One of the highlights of the dip. Junk, and a treasure to hold dear with me for all time. These two right here. This is a combo for cromulent levels of killing time for at least 10 minutes. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, huge thanks to these stinky names right here. Thank you so much. Floatplane is like the emergency lifeboat should anything happen. All my content's on Floatplane. But if you want to stay just here on TubeView, mate, $1 a month. I've got memberships. I'm looking at snacks.
Alright,
You can
do one more, and then we'll get started with our politics.
get this thing out of my life. Back in COVID year 2020, I just bought any MP3 player I could find. If I hadn't seen it before, I grabbed it. Huge mistake. There were so many. And look, when it comes to sales numbers for devices like this, you know, the MP3 days were settled like this. If it wasn't an iPod, people didn't buy it. The Zune is known as a failure. It came in second. Can you believe no one wanted the Jobo Giga Mini? What's a Giga Mini? Giga mean big, Mini mean small, probably one of the crappiest looking iPod clones I've ever seen. What are these little dots here? Why is the screen so tiny? But Giga Mini, I hope it's huge. Well, it's just loose in there. USB 2.0, what a monster. Verify function, that's not a feature. It stores usual file formats. I mean, I'm storing all the time. Oh, my book cell. Oh, it is huge. Oh, it is brand new. It's still got its peel on it. Look at the size of that egg bag. Oh, hang on. I'm caught in the zipper. This is like one of the biggest egg bags I've ever seen. Why is the outside of it fluffier than the inside of it? I mean, that's a big mini device. Wow, so much room for activities in there. You know what? I mean, it's a grid holder. Look at this. Wow. You can take your grit anywhere. Oh, it's Cool Ranch flavored. Great, that's useful. And is it bespoke? It kind of is. USB Mini. That's how long this crap's been hanging around for.
Jeez.
And head
Fucking
ponies.
mini
That's
USB.
wonderful. They don't look awful and terrible at all. I'm
That
sorry, is
brings
that a
you back.
microfiber? It is. That's the genuine Jobo Giga Mini microfiber. Why? These instructions, looks like someone's been crying over it. Looks like someone printed this during a lunch break at work using their print credit or something. That's a microphone. I get it now. I'm sorry, does this have 2 USBs on it somehow? It has 2 different card slots. That's a real photo of it, by the way. Now I really can't wait to see this thing not turn on. Whoa. Oh, it does. That's a full-size USB. What, are you kidding? My brand new Nug. We don't know why you are called this. Ooh, is that filth that was getting under there? Well, it's there now. It's a bootleg of a proper click wheel. It's meant to like spin. It doesn't. And you know,
Ugh.
making chromed like mirror.
There was so many like that back then.
It's technically science fiction. The way it works, like it shouldn't work, but it does. And then it's also like the cheapest, nastiest thing you can grace your fingers across where you go, oh no, that's plastic. Whoa, it takes full size. What's that? Ooh.
Just tearing it
That's
apart.
how you remove the guts of an iPod Mini with a Toledo sword. Little tiny micro drives, a little hard drive in here. I'm getting ahead of myself. We don't even know if this junk turns on. And seriously, is this Giga Mini new? Has no one used the Giga Mini? That's usually not good for batteries, and they really don't want to work. Oh, you cantankerous junk. No, why is it like this? Come on, Giga Mini. Oh, that's a red light. Wow! This D-pad is merc terrible. It's got a mechanical hard
Jesus.
drive in it. That is wild. Get 20 gigs. The Giga Mini. Radio, wow. Recording. Oh, crap. We gotta use the frickin' EPC. I hate the EPC. Oh, this is gonna need stupid software to make it work.
I hate
bet.
those.
Here we go. Gig
Those
Mini
little,
up,
like
looking
just
different.
the old versions of
Why is
Chromebooks,
the
those
screen
tiny
blank?
little fucking Windows
Don't do this
computers.
to me now.
That's like, yeah, it's got full Windows, but
Giga
really all
Mini,
you can do is
Giga
browse
Mini,
the internet on it.
no. Why? Why now?
Maybe
The
some
hard
word
drive's on. It's
processing.
doing something. What's the EPC say? Oh.
Netbooks,
Oh,
yes.
It's gone. It's
That's
gone.
what
That's
it is.
But Giga Mini, no, we're just getting started, mate. Did the EPC just kill the Giga Mini? What are you, jealous that there's something smaller and funnier named than you? I've been trying for like 20-something minutes behind the scenes to get the Giga Mini going, and the Giga Mini is Giga gone. Stupid crap. Keeping this cable.
Ancient
Not listening to
technology,
these
true
earbuds.
cryptic.
M17 ought to do it.
What is
They don't even say
this?
left or right. That's how you know they're high.
Oh no, that's an actual like hi-fi
Ooh,
audio
It's
thing.
nothing but the tops. Nothing else.
So one thing he does is like there'll be like headphones included with the different things, and then he'll hook them up to like a really high quality audio player and like crank up the volume and like see if they can handle it. And sometimes the headphones get blown out. There's like a little puff of smoke.
You know what? I'm feeling a little bit old school. Whoa, we could pull it out of the bag. That's what we all look like on the inside. That's a nice knot. Go back in the bag. It all works. At least it's not some three-sided pointy object that's hard to hold in the hand. Memorex. Poor Memorex.
Fucking
They used to rule the
Memorex,
world
dude.
In terms of audio and whatnot. And they,
Also, what up, Cryptic?
you know, they were basically dead at this point. They were just using their name for recognition to put it on stupid phoned-in garbage. I mean, FM radio, that's pretty cool. Expandable memory, amazing. Whoa, it plays MP3s. October 2005.
Wow.
I was in middle school. Oh, here we go. Love this packaging. Oh, it's like the final stage to earning your product was you still had to get it out. Let my nug be free. Oh, what's this crap? What is that? Oh, is it like a security thing? So what am I chopping through? Nothing. That's what I thought.
God, those old fucking
Wow, it still
plastic
smells brand new. I mean, it is
things that
brand
you would
new,
get
but,
shit
you know,
in
it's
that were impossible to
20 years old.
open.
Oh my
And like if you
goodness.
weren't careful, you'd like gash your fucking hand open with them.
I'm still going at it. Oh, it's even. No,
Those were the
there's a
days.
disc and everything. Strap.
Ooh!
A free smelligizer. Mate,
That
all
is
the biggest
not
big
in good
companies are
shape.
the ones that leak the most. It's like the big companies are the worst ones. These are like the same buds from the other thing. Oh, they got Memorex printed on it and are a strange texture for some reason. Ooh, cloth cable though. Falsely bourgeois, I bet they sound the same. Seriously, it's got the new Apple device smell just permeating off of it. That's a nice cover. Look at that. It's shaped like an idiot, so it fits in with the thing that is an idiot. Now it looks worse. Can you believe no? Can you believe no one bought these? That's what I was going to say. Is that another? Is it? It's another mini USB cable. I'm so glad. I can't. The product registration. Like what? To a company that was masquerading as still running?
Fucking
so
mini
you better just
USB,
drag
dude.
and drop. That's all up. Put Scarlet Fire on it and let me move on.
Like nowadays, sometimes you'll like order like a random cheapo bullshit thing, right? And it'll come and it'll have mini USB and you're just like, really? Really now?
There it is. Looking. Do not format this player unless it stops working and you're instructed to do so by technical support personnel. Wow, they really guessing it's got weird firmware on it that it can't put back on. Why is that not centered and angled properly? It's upsetting me. Oh, it's turning back to oil. My favorite. My brand new nug. Press to open. Yes. Oh, down. Yes. That is made out of crap. Oh, well, the Puxel works. This is a better battery than an Energizer. Go, Puxel. Go, Puxel. You got this. That's excellent. No files, yeah, no freebies with Memorex. Oh, it's making a high-pitched buzzing. I don't know if you could hear that. The USB's under this greasy flap. Oh, the tab's trying to break off. I know how to fix that. The sword. On guard. The screen is strangely high res. I mean,
Europe
for
forced
garbage.
companies
Seriously,
to
it's
adopt
making
universal
such a
USB-C
loud,
chargers.
high-pitched
Yeah.
noise. You're right, PPC.
Thank you, Europe.
Use the Giga Mini's bourgeois cable. Alright, I'm in the nug. Here we go. Turned off. Oh, it's on again. USB connected. Ready. Writing. Okay. Oh, it's got. Oh, no. All right, it disappeared. We've got one. Oh, and it's going. Oh, it's come back again. It's done. It's a USB product. Why is it phasing in and out of existence? Yes, thank you. Yes. What's in E? Settings. What's in F? Nothing. What? Why? Why is it like this? There's our 243 megabytes. Nice. Random music that I'm legally allowed to interact with. Okay. Alright, that better have worked. Whoa, it did work. It was drag and drop. What a product.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Yeah, whatever.
Auxiliary mode.
Oh, there it is. Can we skip? Can we skip in? Hey, we can. Yay! Jazz! Hey, that connector hangs in there, doesn't it? Well, it did work. Although a lot of the credit actually goes to the Puxel. Because look what happens when you take the Puxel out, mate. It stops working. It was all on the Puxel. Oh, yeah. The buds. So, yeah, like interesting cable, interesting texture, and uninteresting sound. Works better in the bag. Oh Oh, my Pixel. Ah, that's a good knot, that is. It's a Kobe. I hit bootleg Sony, but it's Kobe? I mean, this actually looks kind of original. And look at its trendy packaging. Put your music on. Get it? Because it's on you, because it's a clip thing. Well, I guess not that original because, you know, the friggin' iPod Shuffle. Is it packaging that we all hate? It is! Oh gosh, this is the worst delivery of a manual I've ever experienced. A dongle! What? Oh, it's micro to regular. That's crap. Just put that on it already.
He's gonna need to keep that though.
Dongle. Mini
Oh my
to
God.
regular. That is. I don't want it. Stop. Coca-Cola's. Well, I don't know if Kobe's. No one used my Kobe code. No, wait. Is it a code? Where is it? Oh no, there's no.
Yeah, it
There's
is,
no
and thank God for that,
Earbuds.
because
And they're the
literally, as I was
mini-
saying earlier, that packaging could be like, you know, technically probably less than lethal, but like it had the capacity to slit your wrists and be lethal.
Angus variety, which is infuriating. Let's just get it out of the way real quick. Oh, that's a nice knot, that is. Why roll the manual up? Oh, and make it a map as well? Infuriating. Getting started. Find your nearest bin receptacle and put it in there. This feels glossy. It's Kobe's limited warranty. Look at that border. That's how you know they're fancy. Product registration. I'm not doing it yet. And I ask, how much money do you make a year? Like, companies have been very invasive for a long time. Now it's just mandatory. All of that mess. You ready for the final product? Kobe Electronics USA, made in China. There's a common combo. It is tiny and it is strange. I guess they got the top's all bulbousy, but I guess that's for the buttons, and then the battery and everything's in the bottom. That tiny dinkus. Come on, Kobe. What have you got for me, baby? I'm sad to report that the Kobe hasn't survived its 20-odd years sitting in desolate nothingness waiting for an owner. It couldn't hang out long enough. Does this just split in half if I just pull on it? That's a yes. Yep, you can peel it apart like an orange, and now I'm gonna leave the spicy pillow in there. Thanks anyway, Kobe. We appreciate your efforts. I got free dongles. What'd you get today? Go in here. How'd my Puxel get all the way over here? What a crazy episode this is. Let's finish on a strong one. Is it possible to finish on a strong one? Bootleg iPod Nano and Polaroid. I mean, I think they were basically gone at this point, and this is like their rebranding. Same thing with RCA Memorex. Just use a big familiar brand.
Actually,
crap that would
Polaroid.
normally be on AliExpress nowadays. We got the really junky low tier stuff back in the day, but it actually had brands we recognized on it, but didn't know that they were dead long ago. And it's got a color screen. How can it stink? Rolled up manual. I love it. I mean, this is easy to get into. I guess I'm pretty desperate at this point. Buds that go right inside your head. I love these noise cancelly kind of ones, but I mean, I guess I gotta try. One hit KO! Wow, it went everywhere. Oh, my dongles. Whoa, wow, she's chunk. That's pretty chunk. And just this aluminium facade around the cheapest nylon plastic I've ever held. I mean, that does work. My brand new Nog. Can you believe? Oh, hang on. Is the screen lifting out? Looks like I don't think that screen wants to stay in there. Hang on. I think this adhesive might be strong enough to pull the screen out. It kind of is. Yes. Woo! I needed a mini USB cable. Someone's been in here.
Fucking mini
Someone
again.
has opened this and looked at it and then still said no. I mean, this manual will reveal all. Yes, that's just been screwed up in there carelessly. Pair. Stop. Is this product not performing properly? Well, you should have bought an iPod or at least a Zune or a Creative. Whoa, color manual. They were just going for it. And it's a rolled up map, my favorite. This is the highest quality, worst manual I've seen today.
God, I hate
Touch
those.
MP3 player. User's guide that we're struggling with, a cable and head pahonies. It's whatever. Oh, my Puxel. Well, there's no interchangeable bat with this one, so I mean, I'm just watch out. I'm arming that Nog. 3, 2, 1, bing bong. 3. Oh wait, no, hang on. Okay, Bing Bong for real. Whoa,
Oh.
straight away. Yeah. Wow, that
Okay.
screen's really deep in there. There's a big gap between the plastic and it. What? That is so washed out and blurry. Am I gonna be able to use this with
Wow.
gloves? Can I? It is. It actually is a touchscreen. Empty disc. Yo. Oh, record. Okay. All right. I gotta do it. Uh-oh. No! No, it's the Giga Mini all over again. Oh gosh, it is. It's dying. It's not happy. Hang in there, Polaroid. Come on.
It's a shitty connector.
Record. Yes, that's it. I'm waiting, mate. Oh no! Come back. You know what the funny thing is? The switch was set to off, but when you plug it in, it turns on. You know, a lot of stuff turns in when you plug it in so it charges. This just boots. Look, the switch is off and it's on. What if we have it on this time? I'm gonna try and record again, okay? It's on. We've got power.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, my books. One last go. Come on, one last go. This thing is so cooked. It's never seen the light of day, and it's just given up already.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Empty disc. That's fine.
For sure,
I want to put my own
barcode.
like pull a low quality story onto it. Yeah. Okay. No. Exit. Oh, okay. All right. This is the first I've gotten. How to play pause or something. Play. Oh, what?
Oh.
Pile of junk. Can you believe no one bought these? Can you believe that people just went, that's crap and I don't want it? Low tier landwares made by former great companies and Kobe? Wow, that's actually got masking tape on it from the factory. No Samsung chip though, that's a shame. I mean, I look at these fondly. My first MP3 player was basically one of these. And when I went to an iPod, I just never went back.
I was lucky to have
not long after
iPods from
getting
the
them
beginning.
anyway. Although I did get a very
Thank
handsome
goodness.
one grip bag. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching.
I had a
Wash your sakes and eat
Walkman.
stinking air.
I had a Sony Walkman before that, and then I was able to upgrade to an iPod when I was in middle school. Hell yeah. Alright. This was a fun little opening. Let's get into stuff. So, it's New York Post, so obviously we don't know how real this is, but I just saw the BBC report this as well. Everybody be safe, okay? Don't get fucked by an Iranian sleeper cell, alright? A portable CD player with anti-shock technology so it didn't skip. Lies. Every single one of the ones that said anti-shock technology still skipped. It was just harder for it not to skip. Let's be real here, okay? You had to really give it a nice whack for it to skip. I don't know. I don't know, Barcode. But it would be the time if that's what they were going to do. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, this is a big thing that has happened. We have nothing to worry about. Let's see for BBC. Jesus Christ. How's my audio? Okay. Let me check something. You can hear the PC? What do you mean? Could you not hear it before? Yeah. I see it's a little louder now. Hang on. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Hmm. What, me, Rooney? Let's see. Eight. Oh, how's that sound? That much better? Or is it fucking with my audio? Can you hear me now when I speak? And are we hearing the fans or is it good? 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like you can hear them when I speak, but when I'm not speaking, can you hear them? Okay. Is that better or worse than the situation it I mean, like, do we prefer that to just hearing the fans, or what do we want? Okay. Yeah, I need to go, like, right on the edge here. How's this? The white noise to drown it out. Alright, give me a second. That's what I was thinking. Like, it's way more noticeable. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Get rid of the noise gate. And then, if I put a limiter, yeah, that just makes it quiet. What about noise suppression? How's this? Is that like better? Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. I'm just using a noise suppression filter. Sweet. Let me know like if I get too quiet at any point because I can turn it up as well. But yeah, it looks to be filtering out the background noise pretty well. Sweet. All right. Anyway, yeah. Oh. Damn. They got us. Fuck. Shit. Yoop. Heyo. Come here, dude. Why won't you move? Oh, okay. Surfboards. Donnie's wife liked a bunch of Instagram. Yeah, I did see that. Jesus Christ. Bad fucking news. Yeah, that's not a good thing to find out. On her bio says she's from Damascus, but she was born in Houston. Of course. Why am I not surprised? It's always a cosplay. People like that. Why are oral traders so confident in Trump's words? Not up to speed yet. I don't think they're necessarily confident or not. It's just he says it, and then they go on automatic from that. Right? They're just reactive. They're not necessarily thinking it through. We do a little insider trading, just a little bit. Not too much, okay? We don't want to do too much. Because the nasty Democrats might accuse me of doing something illegal. Those nasty, nasty Democrats. Is it? Has it been? Line up with the markets. Yep. Market is open. Schedules is. We're gonna keep going for 5:30 after the markets close. Yeah. I wonder if it's like the driver needs to be updated or something. Let's see. And there's a new driver. Black screens, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, the RTX 5090 is experiencing widespread black screen issues linked to recent NVIDIA drivers, often manifesting as 1 to 2 second screen flashes, particularly with high refresh rate monitors. What about including reports around the 9595.71, capture card usage, multi-monitor setups, driver level conflicts with Windows, and in some cases motherboard BIOS compatibility. Workarounds, updating motherboards, MSI B650 boards. With price action on oil, I would think. Oh, stock market moves solely on Trump talking his ass all the time. It would have the volatility of crypto. True. Something significant has to have happened with kind of price action on oil, because it's still up from before the war. So perhaps it's just normal correction. Could be. I think the U.S. has said they're going to release a bunch of oil reserves too. Okay. Um, using RSPR because gas is a little high would be kind of outrageous. Well, mm, okay. PJ, why don't you find out V2AAO? Unused strategic oil reserves actually doing. The reserves were relatively low. Tucker forgot to fill it back up, even though he knew he was going to do a war. It holds 460 million barrels of crude oil, a max capacity of 714 million, 58%, according to the Department of Energy's latest inventory report from February. Trump began his second term. Reserves volume has only risen by about 5%. Oh no. How sad for him. That's embarrassing. Very sad, quite frankly. Very sad. All right. There's also this.
A big majority, but it's just about the most consequential. The job you've done is incredible. And they are members that are warriors and really people that are for the American people, and that's why you're doing well, and I think that's why we're going to continue to do well. We're fighting a little tradition, you know, historically the person that wins, Democrat or Republican, wins the presidency. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out, but we've done a lot. I don't know, I think we had the best first year of any president ever, and that includes you. You came along with me, you made it happen. So with your help and hard work, we're making America great again, and we're doing it much faster than we thought, and it's better, stronger, and our country is doing really well. I mean, at a level that nobody thought. We took a little excursion because we felt we had to do
Nobody
it to get rid of some
thought.
evil.
Nobody
I
thought
think
so.
It's going to be a short-term excursion. How good is our military, right? Amazing. How good? Short-term. Short-term. Thank you. They're great. You know, we all together, in my first term, we rebuilt our military. And I didn't know I'd be using it so much in the second term, but we have a military like no other. It's not even close. But I especially want to recognize the rest of our amazing House Republican leadership team and so many of my friends that are congressmen, some senators. We have some great people in this room. But including Majority Leader, a real brave guy, because I know the real story. I was there the night with him in the hospital when he was given a very small chance of living by a doctor.
Is that
good.
true?
My wife, who was desperately in love with him.
The
she loved
draft
so
thing?
Because I've seen the other two. I've seen guys at the end of the line, the wives aren't exactly shaken up. When they don't cry, when they have no tears or any sign of tears, this is not a good sign of a great marriage. But he must have a great marriage because she was just devastated. She was going to lose
That'd
the
be
guy.
crazy.
But it worked out that the doctor said more blood was put into him than he's ever seen. He was in big trouble. I looked at him that night.
Yeah,
and
I
said
don't
goodbye
know.
to him.
I mean, that
He
would
made it.
still have to
He
be
was
some
brave, but look at the way
pretty
he fought back.
crazy
So many different
scenarios
things.
for that to be the case.
Yeah, we have another one, Tom Emmer, who I really got to know over the last few years, and I'll tell you, he's a winner. He's a champion with another great wife. We got good wives up in there. That's a great wife, fine husband. But Tom is just a real champion and a winner, and you have a problem, you go to him, he gets it solved. So thank you very much. Great job. You've done a great job. And our conference chairwoman is Lisa McLean, and we all know Lisa. Don't get on her wrong side. It can be a very, very bad experience. Thank you very much. Great job, Lisa. Great job. And a very special thanks. You know, you broke a record. This is over 20 million. This is that's the biggest of these type of events that there's ever been by a lot. You know, you didn't just break it; you broke it by a lot. So I want to congratulate you. But there's just great spirit. The Republican Party has fantastic spirit. The level I don't think has been seen before. I really don't. We have to get a couple of people on board, which at least one case is virtually impossible. I wonder who that might be. A sick person, but I want to say a very special thanks to everyone at the Congressional Institute for helping organize this event. This has been amazing. And over the past 9 days, we've been reminded of how vital our Republican majorities are. And it's, it's America's future. We're really fighting because these people, you saw the other night at the State of the Union, you saw these people. They wouldn't stand for a mother who just lost her daughter by having her throat slit from behind. They wouldn't stand for the helicopter pilot who just got the Congressional Medal of Honor for landing safely in Venezuela, a helicopter with a lot of soldiers on that helicopter. And he was able to land it safely, and his leg was practically ripped off. And for those people that know about helicopters, you land them pretty much with your legs, right, Tom? You land them with the legs, and he was in bad shape, and he got that. Not only landed, he landed in exactly the right spot at exactly as blood was pouring down the aisle, which didn't make all of those soldiers in the back feel too good. They're looking at a pilot who's bleeding out. But they didn't want to stand for that. They didn't want to stand for a 100-year-old soldier who had left a legacy of bravery. Everybody talked about it for years, and it was time for him to get the Congressional Medal of Honor. They didn't want to stand for him. There's something wrong with those people, and we can't let them ever be in a position where they can lead this country again or destroy this country again, because we almost lost this country. This country was close to being lost. The representatives in this room provided the pivotal votes in securing a record $1 trillion for the United States military this year, and now the world is witnessing the importance of that investment with one of the most complex and stunning operations ever conducted, and that's Operation Epic Fury. That's a great name, isn't it? Epic Fury. That's even better than Midnight Hammer, which was pretty good too, right? That was where we knocked out their nuclear potential. That was a big day, because if we didn't do that, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. And I think we'd be in a lot different situation. And then you had, of course, what they did in Venezuela, how that was just so far so good. We've done a real job. We've got all good ones. If you go back and you look at Afghanistan with Biden, one of the worst, I think the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. If you look at what happened with Jimmy Carter, also with Iran, but if you look at what happened with the helicopters and the hostages, it cost them the election. It was what a mess. The world respects us right
What
now
a mess.
more than they have ever respected us before.
More than ever before.
And because of Republicans, you people in Congress, the United States has by far the strongest and most powerful
True,
the
Casper.
strongest military
We
anywhere in
push the
America.
Epstein files again.
Now,
Good point.
Everybody understands it. Together with our Israeli partners, we're crushing the enemy in an overwhelming display of technical skill and military force. Iran's drone and missile capability is being utterly demolished. The Navy is gone. It's all lying at the bottom of the ocean. 46 ships. Can you believe it? In fact, I got a little upset with our people. I said, what quality of ship? Excellent, sir. Top of the line. I said, why didn't we just capture the ship? We could have used it. Why did we sink them? He said, it's more fun to sink them. I said, they like sinking them better. They say it's safer to sink them. I guess it's probably true. But think of it. We knocked out 46. It actually took 3.5 days. Their terrorist leaders are gone. We're counting down the minutes until they will be gone. Think of it. We had leaders, and they're gone. Then we had new leaders, and they're gone. And now nobody has any idea who the people are that are going to be the head of the country, and will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. And remember, Iran did so many bad things.
They did so many
You look
bad
at Soleimani,
things.
who was taken out, as you know that, but you know who. But if you look at Soleimani,
But you know who.
the father of the roadside, you call it a roadside bomb because most people
You
don't
couldn't
understand
even
the
you.
different
You
terms.
weren't
It was
possibly
when they
talking about
plant
yourself,
bombs in roads,
are
as you
you?
drive by, happily drive by, the bomb goes off, and no matter how strong the armament, it just kills the people. Or you lose your arms, legs, and face, and those bombs got worse and worse, and he got happier and happier, and we took him out. That was a big thing because he was the head. It might have been a much different story. They may have been much more capable than they are had he lived, because he was capable. He was vicious, violent, and capable. But we got rid of him first term, and we did so many things. I mean, we've done so many things, but as you know, on Saturday I traveled to Dover Air Force Base to be with the families of 6 fallen warriors as they returned to American soil. And I know that everyone in this room joins me in sending our prayers and eternal gratitude to the families of those great heroes. Those families are incredible families, devastating to be. Hardest thing to do. You know, I've done it a lot. The hardest thing to do is to go to Dover, because Dover is where, for the most part, a lot of the fallen, the warriors, the great young people that have died in war, they seem to mostly go to Dover. They come home to Dover. Dover does a great job of handling things. They have men assigned to the family. They have men and women that are incredible, assigned to the families. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also a very sad thing. But they all said one thing to me: make sure you win, sir. Make sure you win. They weren't playing games. They want to make sure. They said it. Everybody said it. They were separate, but everybody said the same thing: make sure you win. We will. We've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. We go forward more determined than ever to achieve ultimate victory that will end this long-running danger once and for all. 47 years. It should have been done a long time ago. The world would have been a different place had some president had the courage to go and do it. They should have done it many, many times. They had many opportunities. The United States of America is the greatest
Many
most exceptional nation in
opportunities.
human history, and will not be threatened by evil terrorists and lunatics any longer. We just can't do that. And you know, when I always talk about how great our nation is, I don't know. I don't consider our nation very great. For 4 years under Biden, we were a laughingstock all over the world. We were a laughingstock. So, you know, I say great, 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 but I don't know. When you look at what happened with so many different things, the open border, 25 million people, many of them very bad people pouring into our country with open borders that just said, come on in, makes no difference. They emptied their jails into our country. 11,888 murders, 50% of which murdered more than one person. The drug dealers came in, the mentally insane came in, they emptied their mental institutions, they emptied their insane asylum. That's a step above a mental institution. They emptied them all right into our country. And we've done a great job of doing what we've done. Think of it, we have the lowest crime rate that we've ever had. We have the lowest murder rate in 125 years. And we're saddled with all of the problems of the criminals that were let in. You know, look, they're smart people. I know the people that run those countries, every one of them. And they're all streetwise, very smart. And I would do exactly the same thing. They emptied their jails into our country. I said that was going to happen when I heard that they were having open borders. I didn't believe that they were going to happen. When I realized that they actually were going to have open borders, I said, we're going to have every person in jail. We're going to have every drug dealer. We're going to have all these countries all over the world. The Congo, they emptied their jails all the way from the Congo to all parts of South America, Asia. They sent in their people in jail, murderers. Some of the worst people on earth got sent into our country. And I'll tell you what, ICE is unbelievable, what they have to put up with and how tough they have to be. That goes for Border Patrol, and it goes for law enforcement, our law enforcement people. But sadly, even as our service members are fighting bravely to protect America abroad, the Democrat minority in Congress is deliberately sabotaging our national security at home. And you're going through it right now, fellas. I mean, you're going through, it's not even believable. You know, we should be very safe right now, especially when we're attacking somebody that's evil, bad intention. But last week, 53 House Democrats voted against a resolution affirming that Iran remains the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Who the hell would do that? I mean, almost every act, whether it's Hamas or Hezbollah, no matter what, you take a look, it's Iran or Iran sponsored. And even more outrageously, as we speak, Democrats have shut down the Department of Homeland Security. They've got it shut down, do you believe it? Right now. Because they care more about amnesty for illegal alien criminals than about protecting the lives of American citizens. I mean, take a look at it. The American citizen is being scoffed at by Democrats. It doesn't make sense. None of this stuff makes sense to me, you know. When they sat and they wouldn't stand up for incredible people, they just refused to clap, stand up. By the end of the speech, by the way, they were all standing because somebody was passing them. No, you people are getting killed tonight. They'd stand up for everything I was saying. At the end, that last half hour, they were standing up for things that they shouldn't have stood up for because they got the word, you're getting killed tonight. Stand up and clap for the woman that just lost her daughter, please, to a violent criminal. But Democrats must vote immediately to reopen the Department of Homeland Security so that we have the resources to keep America safe. And under our pro-America, pro-worker, pro-family agenda, our country is winning again and America is respected again. And I think we have a country that's as hot as it's ever been, ever before, maybe hotter. And I say it all the time. The king of Saudi Arabia said it to me better than anybody could say it. He said, you know, I get along with him very well, very smart person. He said, you know, a year and a half ago, your country was dead, absolutely dead. We never thought it was coming back. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. It's true. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world, by far. And that's before we showed off our military strength with Venezuela and now with Iran. You know, Iran was supposed to be this big, powerful country. We wrapped the hell out of them. And, you know, I don't know when they cry uncle, but they should have cried it 2 days ago, right? But they don't have anything left. In our country, inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising. The economy is surging. Our border is the most secure at any time in American history. And the murder rate is the lowest in 125 years. That's before my father was born. My father was born 6 years later than that. I don't know if he'd like me to say that. Never like to talk about his age. He said, don't talk about that. But think about 125 years ago, 1900, the year 1900. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election, and it's going to go a lot higher as soon as we get rid of this stuff that we're doing right now, that we really had no choice. I mean, I asked people, I said, would you rather do this or would you rather go along nice and smoothly, but eventually have a catastrophe the likes of which perhaps the world has never seen? And just about everybody says, except for lunatics, said, no, you had to get it done. Should have been done a long time ago. The average 401k is up almost $35,000. Think of that. It's at the best they've ever done. And I think you're going to see some real numbers when this gets, because this was always a dark cloud hanging over not only Israel, which was going to get wiped out. You know, if we didn't do that B-2 attack, Israel would have been wiped out. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks after that. And even now, I think they were looking to take over the Middle East because when you look, and we have pretty good proof, all of those missiles that were so stupidly aimed at Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, they were all aimed, and others, at countries that were sort of like, leave us alone. They were all right. They were sort of neutral, but they weren't doing it. All of a sudden, they're getting hit with missiles. And they could have gone one of two ways. They could have gone toward their side, like we're with you, or they could have gone with our side, and they really went with our side, and they've helped us, and they've been a big force. But they got hit. But they were going to be hit with us. Had we not done the B-2 raid, and if we not done this one where we said, nope, it's time to go in, we have to go in, have no choice. Number one, if we didn't go in, they would have come in after us, because I see the Democrats trying to justify it, and they're failing because the voter on the street is saying it. Well, they're always saying, no, there was no reason. Well, I'll give you the best reason of all. Within a week, they were going to attack us, 100%. They were ready. They had all these missiles, far more than anyone thought, and they were going to attack us. But they were going to attack all of the Middle East and Israel, and if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it on Israel. And this was going to be a major attack. And they had all of those missile sites and all those launchers that we Got rid of about 80% of them right now, by the way. Got rid of most of it. You don't see it's died down to a trickle. There are very few launchers left. What our military has done is amazing. They wiped out almost 20%, maybe 22, 23%, but the rest are going very quickly. And the missiles have been largely knocked out. The drones have been knocked down, and we're hitting where they make the drones. We know them all, and we're knocking the hell out of that now where they manufacture the drones. A lot of work, a lot of brilliant work, but we're going to have a much safer world as soon as it's finished, and it's going to be finished pretty quickly. With the help of our House Republican majority, we passed the largest tax cuts in American history, and we have to be talking about it.
Tariffs were the largest tax hikes. And now that they're gone, you're just bleeding even more money, making the deficit even bigger.
And with the great big beautiful bill, we delivered no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we did something else which is great that nobody ever talks about, Tom, and we have to talk about it. We made interest on auto loans fully deductible. That's never happened. We've never had that. You know, rich people always get deductions, but middle-income people, people that have to struggle a little bit, never did. But now they can deduct the interest paid against their taxes. We have one little proviso, and I put this on, it's very important. Only if the car is made in America, all right? That's going to have a huge impact. That's going to have a huge impact. We passed the Trump accounts to give every child in America a head start on the American dream, and that's so good. It was, I'll tell you, the Dell family, Dell computer, put up $6,250 million. Think of it. He started with very little, nothing, very, very little. Started making computers on his bed, and he said, yeah, people started liking them better than the ones from the store. And he never stopped. And he can write a check for $6,250 million. He said, and his incredible wife, Susan, they said it's the best thing they've ever done. He's so proud. He's going to do it again. Going to do more. And we have a lot of other people. A lot of very rich people are doing it. A lot of people that aren't so rich are doing it. They're doing it for their kids, but it's turning out. So a young child turns 18 or 21, and all of a sudden they have $100,000 in the bank. What a difference that is between having that and having nothing. And it could be more than that. It could be a lot more depending on what happens with the world. And we passed 100% expensing and bonus depreciation on all new equipment, factory construction and investments, and that's what made our first term. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country in the first term, and this one's going to blow it away. Again, we had a little pause, but it's not a very big pause. With your help, we also passed the largest regulation cuts in American history, ending the Green New Scam, one of the greatest scams in history, and massively increasing production of American oil, natural gas, and clean, beautiful coal. We brought coal back. You're not allowed to say coal without clean, beautiful. Got to be clean, beautiful. China uses coal. They're building about 65 massive coal plants right now. But China, great respect for China, but you know, they make all the windmills, right? The only thing they don't do is use the windmills. They make them. But try finding wind farms in China. There aren't too many of them. In my State of the Union address, I laid out.
Fix like that black screen issue. I'm going to try and install a driver hotfix. If it's asking me to restart, I won't restart until after the stream, but there might be a couple screen flickers in the meantime, so just giving you all a heads up.
An ambitious agenda that should be our roadmap this year, and it's starting with lowering the cost of living. You know, they gave us a mess. We inherited a mess, an absolute mess. And the mess was many things. They were bad with our military. They were bad with everything. I mean, I said, name one thing that they did right. They can't name one thing. But they also gave us very high prices. And then they said the word affordability. That's the first time I ever heard it. They said affordability. My first day in office, they said affordability. They're the ones that caused the problem, but we're really bringing down prices big. Do you notice you don't hear that word anymore, Mike? They don't say it anymore because we brought down prices so much. So our message is simple. Democrats created the high prices, and our policies are totally ending them. And they're ended, and we're doing better. We're even bringing them down further. They'll be way down, and we're bringing. You know, if you go back into the last period, I would say, I think it's 2.5 months, 1.7% inflation.
Oh, I'm about to.
3 months, 1.45% inflation. Think of that. Whereas they had the highest.
It's a
inflation
5090 and a Ryzen 7 9800 X3D.
You know, I always say this. They say 48
He'll
years.
be all right.
I don't want the fake news to get me on this. They say it wasn't history. It was 48 years. That the inflation was the highest in 48 years. But I don't know. In some ways, 48 years sounds even worse because it's very specific. But they had the highest inflation probably in history. But in 48 years, we inherited that. One of the first targets must be the crushing healthcare. We have to crush and take over the healthcare situation, which we can do. For the first time, we can do it. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, big insurance companies have gotten rich. They've made money like practically no other.
All right, might flicker
companies
a bit.
with our government giving them hundreds of billions of dollars, and their stock prices soaring to up to 1,700%, 1,000%, 1,200%, 1,600%.
I'm also, just FYI,
1,700%.
I'm using an external
Government gave them
computer for my
essentially
streaming.
Trillions of dollars. And I want that money to be paid to the person, not to the insurance company, and let them go out and buy their own health care. And people love it. People love it. You'll get better health care at a much lower cost, and they'll be sort of part of the system. But the money we spend is so much. We spend numbers that nobody could even believe. But the healthcare companies, because the Democrats are owned by the insurance companies, remember that. And so they have a problem. That's why it's hard to get it fixed. because they are totally owned and controlled by the healthcare, by the insurance companies. Healthcare insurance, but the insurance companies themselves. So when you want to do something that's good for the people but bad for the insurance companies, it's very, very hard for them to go in a different way. Now, Republicans never do that kind of thing, right? You're owned by nobody, right? Nobody. See, a young girl up here say, yes. Some of them are a little bit shaky, but they're Republicans. We love them anyway, right, Mike? But they are owned by those big, powerful insurance companies that are making a fortune, and it's hard to get them to do the right thing. They know what the right thing is. So we want the money to be paid directly to the people and let the people go out and buy their own health care. And people love it. They love it. We can own the issue.
No. Nobody wants that. You're just literally making it even more complicated for people than before. Why would people want that? Like, why on earth would people want that? Like, you're tripping. You're tripping, dog. And there go the updates. Our little driver updates going through, having fun. But like, yeah, why would people want it to be more complicated? Oh boy. No. Give her a second. She updating. Let's see if we can do it without restarting later. No, we gotta restart now. 2 seconds, friends. You'll still see me. Okay. Can you all hear me? How's the audio? Can you all hear? Ah, sounds good. You can hear me though pretty well, right? Pretty clear?
Issue. I'm also asking you to take swift action to codify my most favored nation policy on drug prices. The biggest, that alone should win the midterms. We have, and I tell this story all the time, my first term, third year, I actually had a slight, it was 0.25% decline in drug price. First time in 28 years. I was so proud. I went home, told our great first lady, who's now a movie star. I said,
Oh my
"That the biggest-
God.
Can you believe that? That movie was hot. And it
The
is hot.
movie star thing
She
is
became a
so
movie star.
goofy. Bro, it's a documentary.
But I went home and I said, you know, it's amazing. We do so well. We work so hard. This issue is the single biggest issue. Okay. I had a news conference, I'm embarrassed to say, a long time ago, my first term, third year, because I went up to a level that I did things that nobody's ever done. 28 years, I brought it down 0.25%. Now I brought it down 80%, 90%, 75%, depending the way, it's driving the fake news crazy because I say 400%, 500%, 600, depending on the way you want to talk about it, if you want to talk about pricing. But using a conservative number, what we've done is we paid the highest price for drugs anywhere in the world, and now we pay the lowest price for drugs anywhere in the world. We are tied for the lowest price. Whoever has the lowest price.
I don't understand. That's not even true.
To put it mildly, from Supreme Court.
That's not even true, dog. Your prices are the same as fucking Good RX. You're just making shit up.
I have lots of other ways of doing the same thing. I just have to work a little harder. They want me to work harder, but we're doing the same thing with a lot of work. But I used tariffs to get this because I went to other countries. The drug companies were not easy, but I got them. I said, we're not paying. We were paying for a pill $130. That in London and Germany and different places, you'd pay $10. So we were paying 13 times more. They're paying $10, we're paying $130. And the drug companies, I called them in. We had a rough time, but it wasn't that bad. And they agreed because they knew that I couldn't get the countries. You had to get the countries to approve it. And I called up, and you've heard me say this a couple of times, not often, but I called the countries up. I called up France. I said, Emmanuel, you have to cut your good friends from America a reasonable deal. What's happening is
You gotta
are paying
cut
a
it
tiny
out,
fraction for drugs. I said, no,
Emmanuel.
Donald, I cannot do anything about that. I said, you can. He said, no, I will not do it. I will not do it. Because he'd have to raise his pill from $10 to $20 and maybe even $30. Ours would come down from $13 to $130 down to $20. Think of that. From $130. That's what you're going to get. From $130 to $20. But he has to double his price from $10, and they were the boss. I said, no, you will. No, Donald, I cannot do that. And I heard this from all the other countries too, very elegant people. And they were saying, no, we cannot do this. We will not do this. I said, yes, you will, 100%. No, we will not. Because, they have to double up their prices. And I said, well, here's the story. If you don't do it, I'm going to put, in the case of Emmanuel, I said a 100% tariff on all wines and champagnes coming into the United States. No, Donald, you cannot do that. I said, I've already got the legislation. It's right in front of my desk. I'm going to sign it. Emmanuel,
He's such a goofy
he said, "No, I
fuck,
will agree
dude.
to this." So he agreed. Everybody agreed. I got every country to agree. And now you've done something that no other president could have done. No, I don't want to brag. But, they've said this about a lot of things. No other president could do some of this shit I'm doing. Yeah. No other president. The things I'm doing, nobody else was going to do it. They say it all the time, sir, could you do this? You're the only one can do it. But we got it done, and we got the countries to all go along. Because I said, if you don't do it, I'm going to raise your tariffs to 200%, to 150%.
Zero
10 times more than
class.
I'm asking for. And every single one, if it took me 5 minutes, that was like a long time. I was doing badly with that one. So now we have most favored nation pricing into permanent law, and you should codify it. But I don't care that much about codifying it because what politician is going to agree to increase drug prices?
Epic, sir.
500%, okay? So, but it's still good to have it codified. Don't you agree? They're saying, sir, we have to codify it. I said, that's okay, but I'm not. Other things you should codify. That I can tell you. This one, you should codify because you want to take credit for it.
Ramble.
So if you can, please codify it. Get out there and codify. You're getting an 80%, 85%, 55%, 70% reduction in drug prices. Codify it. But if you don't, no president's going to raise it, in my opinion. Although they are crazy. These people are crazy. They could find a way. You better get it codified. And as we work to bring down interest rates so that more Americans afford a house, I'm also asking you to ban the Wall Street firms, large Wall Street firms, institutional investors from buying up thousands and thousands of single-family homes, hundreds of thousands of homes, because homes really are for people, not for hedge funds. We want to get the market out so they can do it, and we're stopping it. We want people to be able to buy a house. It's the American dream. Buying a house is a part of the American dream. And we must also stand up for the safety of our citizens. One of my guests at the State of the Union was Anya Zarutska, the mother of beautiful 23-year-old Ukrainian girl who was stabbed to death on a train in North Carolina.
You know, we didn't want to fund them, but as soon as a crime-ridden black kills somebody, suddenly we care about Ukrainians.
By a deranged criminal arrested more than a dozen times. And I had the mother, as you know, at the State of the Union, and she was devastated. Beautiful woman, devastated, uncontrollably devastated. And we couldn't get one Democrat to even clap. The Republicans clapped and went wild, and they loved her. Not one
Fucking
Democrat
clapping,
in that whole
dude.
room even thought about clapping. They sat there frozen-faced. Disgusting. House Republicans should get every member of Congress on record and pass a tough new crime bill that imposes harsh penalties for dangerous repeat offenders, which this nut was. Cracks down on rogue judges and prosecutors and ends no cash bail once and for all. No cash bail is a big part. I mean, you have a man murder somebody, and by that afternoon, he's out on bail. No cash bail. It's a huge problem. We also need to end deadly sanctuary cities, and you have bills before you now, and you're working on things, but hopefully you can do that, Mike, because it's terrible. They're sanctuary for criminals. That's all they are, sanctuary for criminals. They fight ICE all the time. That was the problem up in Minnesota. They had a lot of criminals in there. They wouldn't give it to us. And to stop illegal aliens who cannot even speak English from driving 18-wheel tractor trailers, they have no idea what they're reading. I wouldn't be able to do it in their countries. There's arrows, there's speed limits. They have no idea what they're reading. And in many cases, they're on drugs on top of that. We need to ban any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. Have to do it. And I want to thank House Republicans for passing another common sense measure. I would think it's the easiest thing. I just told Mike, you know, you're at $19 million. I have to say this because I've never contributed. I was a huge contributor for years and years. Once I became president, I never contributed any money because the greatest thing about being president is I no longer have to contribute. Nobody ever asked me for money. They asked me for my endorsement. I've endorsed just about everybody in the room. But keep winning, right? Yeah. 124-0 this Tuesday. 124 wins, no losses. Is that good? And there were some rebels. We endorsed a few rebels, right? A few that Mike was saying, it's going to be a tough one. But we're 124-0. But as president, nobody ever asked me for money.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Like, as president, you sort of don't make campaign contributions. Right? But I heard you were at $19 million today. I said, has that ever been done? No, sir, it's a record. But 20 would sound better, right, Mike? Yes. He said, I'm going to give you $1 million. It's the first time I've done it. I never did it before. I never did it before. I never did it before. Now I'll be hit up by every political group, every Republican running. Sir, can I have some, give me a little cash. I'll have Emmer come up to me and say, how about a little cash for my campaign? I will no longer have the excuse that as president, anyway, no, but we had to hit the 20, right? We had to hit the 20. That was a hell of a thing. You beat it by a lot. You beat the record, the previous record by a lot. But I want to thank House Republicans for passing another common sense measure, to me the easiest of all, the Save America Act, to protect our sacred American. Look at this.
So stupid. I'm going to talk about this in a second, too.
It's the easiest thing we have. I can't, it's the easiest thing we have.
Look at how
Now,
upset
the
he
problem
is.
you
He's
call
so
it
mad.
The SAVE Act. And nobody knew what the hell the SAVE Act. Have you been seeing, I've been working overtime the last month. It's called the Save America Act. And I saw Schumer yesterday. We will stop Save America.
Yeah.
He's getting killed. They can't do it. And then the things within the
No,
Save
he's not. People don't want it, dude. People don't want it the way it's written.
America are so good. But just the title. So we had that with MAGA. Greatest name of all time. Make America Great Again. MAGA. It just worked. You know, I had something, Keep America Great. It was good, but it didn't have that MAGA. You know, there was nothing you could see. I had CAG. And CAG, I said, you know, no longer, that's not good. But MAGA is great, and we'll always respect MAGA. We love MAGA. We're never going to let you down with MAGA. But this one's even better if you think about it. This says, America. We're going to save America. The Save America. How can they fight us? The Save America Act. And I've watched them. I watched Schumer, who's horrible. What a horrible politician. He is now a Palestinian officially. He is registered as a Palestinian. He's taken the biggest turn of any human being I've ever seen. He's gone from totally pro-Israel to totally pro-Palestinian. He wants to protect the Iranian people. That are quite
Yes,
nasty.
that's
But it's very
certainly
simple.
how
All
the
voters
Senate
must
Democrats have been
act.
voting.
Voter ID. Ready? This is not complicated. Voter identification. Now,
So dumb.
you know, I have a whole list, but I
So
don't want to.
dumb.
I have like hundreds of things on the list. If you go shopping, if you do this, if you buy a car, if you license a car,
So dumb.
point there, everything you need to have identification. So all voters have to show identification, ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. So you have ID and you have citizenship. So far, good. No mail-in ballots except for illness,
Really?
disability, military, or travel. Mail-in ballots are a disaster. Jimmy Carter, the best thing he ever did, he headed a commission after he was president. It was the single best thing, and he did a thing on mail-in ballots. He said mail-in ballots should not be allowed because they are inherently dishonest. And we have seen it time and time again, and we just keep going with it. And I put that down as a top 3. Look, no mail-in. Now, you have the exceptions for the military, and I would even say foreign-based military. But for the military, for disability, for illness, and if you're traveling, you have an excuse. And I was lenient on that. But those 3 things. Then I added 2 more. These are best of, best of. These are called best of Trump. We should also add on to this bill. And so what I've asked Mike to do is to draw a new
It's
one
not even
with these
like
few
this
things
stuff
added.
doesn't even have to do
And
with
let's go for
voting.
gold.
These
Let's
last
not
2.
just get one like voter
This
ID,
is
but,
so
It can
stupid.
be given to you by your daughter. Your daughter, she has to be of age, like above 6 years old. She's allowed to say. You had to see some of this stuff is so bad.
He's
They're
so
doing
scared,
everything
dude.
possible because they know if we get this, they probably won't win an election for 50 years, okay, and maybe longer, and they're going to fight like hell. But boy, do they get killed because even the Democrats. You saw the numbers today. Democrats voted 86% that this stuff should be passed. The Democrats. With Republicans, you're at 98%, but Democrats are at 86, except for the people that run the Democrat Party because they want to try and win elections illegally.
No, that's not true, you fucking unending dumbass. That is not what they're saying. They're saying they're okay with voter ID, but then you don't ask any follow-up questions. They're not just okay with voter ID as is, slap it on there the way you want to and just do it. You're just fucking, you're making shit up, dog.
You vote against voter ID is because you want to cheat. There's no other reason. They come up with reasons. They say, it's racist. That's their number one, racist. Then you have to explain it, and they're just sitting there mumbling. They can't explain it. And it's actually very insulting when they use the term racist. Very
They
insulting
can
to the people
explain
that
it.
they're trying to so-called defend, but they're not defending.
It's not that hard to
Then I wanted
explain.
to add 2 more.
Getting voter ID can cost money. It can cost a lot of time in your case, that where people are going to have to try to find original birth certificates and all of this stuff, which is incredibly hard to find and sometimes can be expensive to replace. And a lot of minorities don't have a lot of money. They're underserviced. The areas that they would have to go to in order to get that proof of citizenship could be very far away. Like, it's pretty easy for them to make the description that it's racist. It's not like the same kind of racist where you're coming out and being like, fuck these black people, they're not allowed to vote. It's the kind of racism where, by virtue of how the institutions work, it disproportionately affects minorities. Who's mumbling?
To it because they're,
Yeah,
I
Bert.
say 95%, maybe 100%.
Flip the shit.
No men in women's sports. Very simple. Add that in. And I wanted to add in one other. I'm not even adding in no open borders because, there's some people that like open borders. These people are crazy, but that's okay.
This is
There are 5
everything
things
is
that are like
a
close to 100%.
misrepresentation
No
and a
transgender
lie.
Mutilization surgery for our children. You can't have transgender for our children. So those 5 things. 5 things. Voter ID, citizenship, mail-in ballots, no mail-in ballots. Right? We don't want men playing in women's sports. That's got to be about close to 100%. We don't want men playing in women's sports, and no transgender mutilation of our children. Now,
Mind you, they're
that should
basically
be
not.
the easiest
There's only
thing
like
to get
what,
past
like
you've ever had. Each one.
a
It's
few
best of-
athletes
best of
across the
those are best of
country.
Trump. I have some that are very popular, but I wouldn't put them in that category. This is the number one priority. It should be for the House. And I'd like to ask Tom, Steve, Mike, all of you, if you would, I'd like to have you go back and Lisa.
He really is.
She was screaming her affirmation of what I said. The kid went wild. She was so happy.
Do you hear that guy who
Somebody
keeps
finally said,
laughing
"Let's
like
vote
a
on this."
crazy person
Lisa,
every
you're gonna
little
get it done,
joke
okay?
he
I'm gonna count on
makes
you.
in the
Forget the men up
crowd?
here. I'm gonna count.
Listen, listen,
So
listen.
happy that somebody. The kid went wild. Hello, darling. She was screaming her affirmation of what I said.
You hear that? Every time he says like a little joke, that guy in the crowd.
The kid went wild. She was so happy that somebody finally said, "Let's vote on this." Lisa, you're going to get it done. Okay, I'm going to count on you. Forget the men up here. I'm going to count. But it's actually a matter in a serious way of national survival. We can't have these elections going on like this anymore. You use paper ballots if right now they have watermark. It's so sad,
Epic
so good,
joke,
but
sir.
it gets
May
put
I
out of
suck
light.
your
It
peen?
says, a code. It's very, very hard to cheat. Another thing, and I don't even bring this up, it costs 7% the cost of those crazy machines. I love the machines where they get the machines, they spend all this money, and they announce during the election that the tabulation will go along for another 3 weeks. Right? With mail-in voting, there's not a country in the
There's not something people should reflexively play down. Most Dems agree with Republicans on the matter. Yeah, it's not a huge number of people who has announced such impact on discourse. Yeah, I agree. Like, look, I am commenting on the insane focus of it. you were to ask me my opinion on it, Neighborrooney, I would agree generally. It seems like you shouldn't be having trans people who like whose hormones or like who went through transition after puberty, for example, or who didn't go through like puberty blockers and then do transition, like should definitely not be allowed in. But I do think sports institutions should be allowed to also make those determinations on their own. Like the Olympics already kind of does that. At the same time, like if you were just outright to ask me, like, do you think somebody who recently transitioned as an adult should be allowed in women's sports, I'd probably be like, no, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I'm also going to comment on the fact that they are so fucking obsessed with it for a problem that is very, very small that it's kind of fucking weird. But that being said, I agree. Like, you shouldn't have people with, like, male, you know, hormones and all that shit being in women's sports.
World that does mail-in ballots anymore. They tried it. France tried it. It failed. They go to paper ballots. They're all doing paper ballots right now. Most of them are doing paper ballots.
They do, Casper. They absolutely
Nobody is
do.
doing what we're doing. And there's no elections so corrupt as the elections in the United States of America. And we can solve them with this. And the reason I put those other two that have not much to do with it is because they are equally popular. And I think it might help us. And for those people that like Pfizer, I said maybe you put them together because a lot of people feel very strongly about Pfizer. Some people don't, but the people that want it, they really want it. And generally, for whatever reason, they're opposed to what we're saying about, you know, about the ballots and about citizenship and all of those things. And so put them together and you might get a vote, but we have to get it done. And then we have to get the Senate to do it. But if you could send a bill up to the Senate, we're going for the gold. We don't want what was said. The SAVE Act, it was all right. Nobody knew what the hell it was, including me. I kept saying, what's this? Save America Act. Don't ever say...
No, I mean, like, that's fine. I can do both. That's the thing. That's my point, is I can agree with the logic that they're stating because it's obvious. And, like, most sports organizations already know that it's obvious because they employ those rules. And at the same time, with agreeing with that, I can also say, now stop being so fucking obsessed about it, you fucking weirdo. I can do the same. I can do those both at the same time.
SAVE Act again. It's a loser. The SAVE Act. Nobody has any idea what are we trying to save? It's the Save America Act. If you could send it up in full form, meaning just straight, we will. I think the Senate has to approve it. I really do. I think, and they're going to have to go.
They're not going
It's going
to.
to be the.
We all know they're not going to, bro. Why are you so fucking retarded? Everybody knows they're not going to. You know they're not going to. You're just fucking talking.
Talking filibuster like the old days. The great Jimmy Stewart, right? Remember the great movie Jimmy Stewart?
Oh, now
They have to get it done.
he's asking them to eliminate the filibuster. Bro, shut the fuck up. Thune already said he's not eliminating the filibuster. Sit down. Sit down in your fucking adult diapers, bitch.
Because if we don't get this done, if it takes you 6 months, I'm for not approving anything. I don't think we should approve anything until this is approved.
What a fucking idiot. And this is something I was gonna talk about after as well. What a fucking idiot. He thinks this is a power play. Bro, like, we don't agree with all the shit you want to approve. You want to sit there and throw a fucking tantrum and not sign anything? Great. That's perfect for us in November. Beautiful.
And they can't win politically. Look, you have them in a corner, and they're listening to every word I'm saying. It doesn't matter because they can't win it politically. Because when they say, we don't want voter identification, we don't want proof of citizenship, all these things are just losers for them.
This is like, this is the biggest, dumbest hail fucking Mary.
I said that. And the reason, because politically, you have to stand for these great people that were being. And the word came out from people watching it on television.
Oh,
you guys are getting killed. And this is an even.
How's it going?
Good. Watching
I could ask the people in this room.
Trump blather on like a
We're
retard.
not going for the bronze. We're not going to sign a watered-down version like it's been sent up there. Let's go for the gold.
Yeah.
And let's just not accept anything else. I'll tell you what. I'm willing to just sort of say I'm not going to sign anything until this is approved.
What an idiot! Those idiots, and that was, by the way, that was a very slightly smaller round of applause than the other things he's been saying. Because I bet you half the people in there are like, wait, dude, what the fuck are you doing? They're going to love that. They're going to say thank you because that makes you look like a piece of, like a dumbass, an incompetent dumbass who's not going to do anything. And when it comes to how the public views the government, most of the onus goes on the president, not the fucking Congress. You orange fuck.
4 or 5 senators that are, I don't know, 4 or 5 Republican senators. You'll have to explain them to me, but we're not going to get into that. But we're going to push them to get it done because I don't think you can politically exist if you're not going to do voter ID.
You can't do it without
This
Democrats.
country will stand for it. So I'm making my biggest plea tonight. It'll make you, and I'm not doing it for this reason at all. It'll guarantee the midterms. It'll guarantee the midterms.
I'm not doing it for this reason. I'm not doing it for this reason at all, but it'll guarantee the midterms. Sure, bro.
Trouble, my opinion. If you get this, your midterms, and they know it. For 2 reasons. Number 1, they won't be able to cheat. And number 2, the people are demanding it. Every time I go out,
Again, no
Save
evidence
America, sir,
of
Save
cheating.
America Act. We want the Save America Act, sir. That's all they talk about. They don't talk about housing.
No,
they
they
don't talk
don't.
about anything. That's what they talk about.
No, they don't.
If
You're
you say
making it
you're
up.
going to win the midterms at levels that you can't even believe, and you're going to win every election for
I'm sorry. Everybody's talking about the state of the economy. Everybody's talking about how they can't afford things. And you think they're coming up to you going, please pass the Save. You expect us to believe they're coming up to you going, please pass the Save America Act. That's what we really care about. God damn,
a long
dude.
time until somebody really screws things up, and hopefully that won't happen. But I've never been more confident that if we keep these promises and deliver on this popular agenda, the American people will stand with us in overwhelming numbers, just as they did in 2024. I heard Mike say it's actually 78 million votes, but it was actually 86. You know, they cheated like hell, unless, but it was too big to rig. Remember? I won 3 times. First time was great. Second time they cheated like hell. It was COVID. And their cheating was at an inspirational level. We can't let that ever happen again. And then they cheated again in the last election, but I went up. The term I used most was too big to rig. You got to go out. Don't believe, because we had polls having us way up. I said, don't believe the polls. Go out.
No,
Make it
everybody
too big
could
to
do
rig.
mail-in.
Couple of
You
races
could
they
always,
cheated.
at
They
least
got away
here,
with a
you could
couple
always do
Senate races, my
mail-in
opinion.
if you wanted to. You
But
just opt
we
it
have to
in.
make it too big to rig, and that's what we did. But we shouldn't have to win an election that way. We'd have a hard time winning elections that way. So you got to get that passed. And if we fight, we will win, and we will make our country safer and stronger and richer and greater than it ever has been before. And I want to say, very importantly, because they would like you not to say this, because this is a terrible thing in their opinion to say, God bless you and God bless America. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now this retard is suggesting, okay, that he's not going to fucking sign anything unless the Save America voter ID bill is passed, which he's basically just giving a delicious chocolate chip cookie to Democrats. I don't know who told him that this was the card to play, but this is the dumbest fucking card. Democrats are sitting there going, well, don't threaten me with a fucking good time. You want to start your lame duck early? Fine. Start your lame duck early. A dumb move. Honestly. Not to mention there are workarounds. The way these polls keep being worded is so fucking weird. Because all they ever talk about is that people support voter ID. That's not the same as saying they support the SAVE Act. This is what's so frustrating. It's so obvious. And here's the problem though, is like if you like do the SAVE Act the way people like on the left would actually want, with like free compulsory ID, then Republicans will be like, no, we can't do free compulsory ID because the government now they want to track you by forcing you to get an ID. I can guarantee you that if Democrats proposed that, that would be the response. And that's not freedom, okay? Well, then you don't get voter ID. Sorry. Because, like, let's say it even passed, it's gonna get knocked down as unconstitutional because it's akin to a poll tax. Are you against the birth certificate requirement? Yeah, I think it should be like if you were going to register to vote, um well, like for example in California you have to do two forms of proof of citizenship to register, right? So like I use my driver's license and my social security number. That should be enough. I don't think you should have just the number. I don't think you should have um to find your original birth certificate. I don't think that makes sense. I think most Americans have no fucking clue where their original birth certificate is. That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, like, I have the card, but all the card has on it is the number.
I literally just found mine today.
You don't need your birth certificate for most jobs. You could use a real, like a real ID or a social security number, or both of them, I think.
I'm just glad I found my documents.
Or you can use one document, which is your passport.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got that. I got all the documents.
Bring ID, birth certificate, and social security card.
Got all that. What is this for, though?
Voting? Yeah.
Ah.
So you need like an A and a B, or is it? Well, let's see.
Maybe they should just send everybody theirs again so they have it.
Um. Okay. Yeah, it's either an A document or a B and a C document. So driver's license, social security. Boom. See? Or you can use your birth certificate as one of the two documents. Yep. So I've only ever had to use driver's license,
Sorry.
social security card. I can hear my stream in the background, love.
I don't know. Okay. Let me fix that. Let's mute.
So yeah, barcode. Going forward, now you know. All you need is your social security number and your driver's license. You can even use your voter registration card. Look at that. This whole you need all this crazy shit for you to get a job, that this argument they're making is not accurate. It is a myth. It is a lie. I've always just used, for me, I've always just used driver's license, social security number. I didn't even show them the card because most of the time, all you need to do is give them the number and say the issuing authority so that they can look it up with social security, because you don't need the actual physical card to do that. I mean, I guess like you can show them your card too, but the information on the card, all it is literally just your social security number. So it's like they don't really need the card. Yeah, like I've done, I guess for maybe contract work, they don't usually need the photocopies. I don't know. I've filled out I-9s before. They didn't need to photocopy shit. They just took like the numbers that they could look it up with. I guess some places still do it the old-fashioned photocopy way. Um, but yeah, really all they need to do, yeah, they keep that for the file. But all they really need to do is just verify it with the issuing authorities. Passport, expedited passport is like $500. But yeah, from now on, you don't need to bring your birth certificate, brother. Driver's license, social security card. Really, really only need to bring the number, but I guess some places will be like, we need to keep this on file. If you don't, we won't hire you. Which, whatever. Oh, no. Well, you can get them reissued. Social security card, getting a social security card reissued is really easy, actually. And decently cheap. For a passport? An expedited passport is $60 extra? Birth certificate is more difficult than a social security number. Social security card. You can request a free replacement card. You may not even need a replacement card if you know your social security number. In most cases, a physical card isn't necessary. After we complete your request, you'll receive your replacement card by mail in 5 to 10 business days. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's literally nothing else on the card but the number. Hang on. Wow. Where did I see it was like $500? I thought I saw that recently. Oh, maybe it's like maybe that's like the 1 or 2 day. New planes. Do it online. Okay. Huh. Huh? I don't know where in my head I got it in there that it was so expensive. Hmm. Huh. Expedited service. 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. There might be like an even faster thing. Maybe that I saw somewhere. I don't know. No, I didn't actually renew recently, Neighbor Rooney. I was just looking at it and I was like, wow, that's a crazy price. I wasn't gonna do it that fast though. Package or something like passport and other stuff. I was just looking at what it would cost to renew my passport. I didn't actually do the renewal yet. I think I have it on my phone.
Hello.
You just renew and basically don't have to think
I
about
gotta
purchasing
turn
somebody
off
else's credit
the
again. True.
stream noise. Yeah. Is that better?
I think so.
Okay. You were saying something about your passport?
Yeah, we were just talking about costs of renewing passports.
Oh, yeah. A little hefty,
I
especially to
miss
expedite.
having a diplomat passport. Those were the days.
Yeah. You and somebody else I know.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Once you get a taste for it, you can't go back. But you have to.
Mm. Book. Yeah. I have to go get the old one if I'm gonna finish filling this out and looking at the actual cost. But yeah, I don't know why. Passport is, I think, but I thought with the Save Act, passport on its own wasn't enough. It would. I mean, most people don't have a passport anyway. So. And if everyone starts applying for passports at the same time, too, they're in a huge backlog. I agree they should, but they don't. And they don't have to. They shouldn't have to. There is no evidence of widespread voter fraud. Clearly, the security of our voting system is just fine. It ain't broke. I don't know why we need to fix it. How? Casper? Voter fraud just is not an issue. How is it broken? Fuck off, Daniel. Honestly, fuck Argentinian politics. It's impossible for Argentinian politics to be normal. They just don't know how to do it. Peronismo, yeah. Yeah. The second one was the right way to spell it. No. You don't need to submit one in person. Yeah, it is. It's a poll tax. That's why I said it's even if they passed it, it wouldn't hold up. The courts would knock it down. That's crazy, Casper. No, I don't think so. Oh, I guess so. Oh, yeah, but you could do it as a post office, library, or a county clerk. I guess you probably have to get it notarized or something. But you don't have to like go to like one of their places. Like you don't have to go to some crazy far away place necessarily. You can do it at a post office. It's good to have a passport, but just so we're all clear, the SAVE Act is not fucking passing, okay? So we don't need to worry about it for voting. I will make a bet with you right now, Casper, that the SAFE Act isn't passing. I will put money on the line. That's how sure I am. You realize that in order for the SAVE Act to pass, it has to have 2/3 majority in the Senate, right? $60 votes, even. 60 votes. They're not getting 60 votes. And Thune has already said they're not abolishing the filibuster. And Trump is talking about trying to edge them towards abolishing the filibuster. And that's not happening. It's not getting passed. And especially because a lot of these Republicans don't even agree with certain parts of it. They'll vote for it to suck Trump off because they know it's not going to pass. But most of them don't even agree with the mail-ins, the no mail-in stuff. You can be as black-pilled as you want. It's about the math. Okay, they don't have 60 votes. It doesn't matter. That's why they'll feel safe voting for it. How are they going to get the 60 votes, Casper? Globalists. Oh, hang on. Is this? Oh. Yeah, that's copyrighted. That's okay. I get that. I get that sentiment. How far into Star Trek are you?
Oh hell yeah. I gotta go, but I'll be back. I'm gonna catch up on the Star Trek where you're at when I get back.
Okay. The global homo agenda. Alright. If the SAVE Act passes, y'all get a free chicken dance, alright? Nice! I'm watching Discovery with Aurora right now. We're on the 3rd season together. True neighborhooding. Just take a little break from politics. Online politics is like so much crazier. Yeah, but I'm just saying this one would be on the House. If the SAVE Act passes, you guys get a chicken dance on the House. Oh, how can you watch Starfleet Academy without finishing Discovery first? No, what happened? I kind of liked the spore drive effect. I thought it was cool looking. Okay. The blunder is that you went back to Discovery? Oh no, Casper. Discovery was like the first Star Trek show back on since like the cancellation of Enterprise and everything. That's rough. That's rough. Discovery takes place 10 years before the original series, and a lot of purists hate it. There are some issues with it for sure, especially early, but I like it. I enjoy it. Stop it, neighbor Rooney. Stop. Like Voyager the best. I think I know. No. Oh no. That's Picard, neighbor Rooney. And the Next Generation is the best one, Barcode. That's the one you gotta watch. Yeah, there's a couple episodes. Also the Klingons in the first season. What? I know, but they fixed that. Okay? The Next Generation holds up remarkably well. This is Picard. And he's the man. The greatest captain in the history of Starfleet. Yeah, for real. Season 3, honestly. Negatory? Oh. I don't know what your answer is going to be, but I already know that it's wrong. He is the greatest captain. Janeway is the second greatest captain. It is correct. Nope, he's the greatest. If you say Kirk, you're going to lose some credibility here. Catherine Janeway. What? This is not Magneto. This is Professor X. Who are you going to say? That's not who we think of when we think of Kirk. But fine. I've seen all of Discovery. It's Aurora who's watching it for the first time. Wait a minute. You think Saru is the greatest captain? Okay, listen. I really like Saru. I do. I really like Saru. I like him a lot. But Picard's influence in the universe, in the mythos, the impact his actions had reverberate across the entire Star Trek universe. Not to mention, you just feel safe and protected whenever he's around. He's Daddy Picard. Shut up, Nay Rooney. His evolution bothered you by season 4? Wait, Saru's evolution or Picard's evolution? And they did that. It's just there was only 2 eras. Although I guess season 2 was the mirror dimension. Or the mirror universe, sorry. Yes. Season 2 was the one with Yoda. Alright, now I've been inspired to pull up clips from Star Trek, so we're saying goodbye to the YouTube retards. Bye, YouTube.